Okay, it's Ray. I wanted to talk about why people who raise their children to be colorblind are not only disrespectful to their children's well being, but to humanity's future as well. It is extremely ignorant and dangerous to do so because if you're white, teaching your white children to only see people as people and to pretend they don't see color, because all you can do is pretend. It's not natural to not see color any more than it is not natural to not see the shape of my nose, the color of my eyes, the shape of them, my lips, and so on and so forth. So when you teach your children to do that, you are teaching them to overlook certain characteristics and not question them, making it easier to not question the reality of the situation that people who do not look like them have to face every day, making them more susceptible to being a passerby and onlooker in systematic racism, allowing it to keep going, making them an actual asset to systematic racism. And when you do it to your children, especially if you are the mother or father of black, brown, red children in America, you are allowing them to treat people how they want to be treated when the world is not going to do so to them. You are treating them a certain way that is going to allow them to potentially become someone who is going to be blamed for their own murder or incarcerated and lied on and having Trump charges and facing those obvious situations that black, brown, red men predominantly in America have faced regularly and always in this country. You are not doing a service, you are doing a disservice. If you treat your children a certain way and tell them that, hey, you are equal, blah, 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 you're just as good, you're just as this, that, and the other. However, the world is not going to treat you that way or see you that way or pay you that way or yada, yada, so on and so forth. You are allowing them to see their differences and at least have their guard up so they do not become a victim to circumstance. It's very simplistic, yet a lot of people will overlook it, especially if you are a person who has procreated with a person who is not your same race or ethnicity or cultural background. So the ignorance that you want them to have is going to be the ignorance that could potentially be what they live and die by. It has nothing to do with a hatred or animosity towards all white people or even anything about that. It has to do with the fact that we are not going to be seen or treated or paid as human because we have to prove who we are and what we are way down below. White people get to start here as people and get to prove themselves as a bodyguard, a nurse, a doctor, this, that, and the other, and black and brown people have to prove themselves as not a thug or not a wetback or not illegal or whatever the case. Brown people are going to be paid less off bat because, well, they work a lot cheaper, they work harder and for cheaper. Blame that on the wetback laws that a lot of people don't research. When it comes to black people, well, they're lazy, they're ignorant, they're loud, they're this and that. Pay them less and let them work their way up the scale because of American history. You can't tell your kids that everybody's equal whenever statistically and socially we are not. You are doing a huge disservice to your children and to society, the well-being of humanity. Take it how you want to, but it is reality. You can pretend it doesn't exist, you can claim that, but if you actually do the research and give a shit enough about your little mixed kids or whatever the case, you will actually go do the research and see here in America, race is a fucking huge deal. It doesn't matter who you love. It doesn't matter who you're willing to fuck and pretend you don't see color. Stop lying to yourself so you can stop lying to us so you can fucking help your children's future. Period.